Hi everybody, it's me, TT. Want to update you about my VSG surgery, vertical sleeve gastrectomy. I had my surgery February 16th, 2016, and today is April 17th, 2016. So I'm 8 weeks post-op. I'm 2 months post-op. I was 257 when I started this. Before my surgery, I was about 252 pounds, and today I am at 220 pounds. So I'm 37 pounds down since the start of it, and about 32 pounds down since surgery. And that's in 2 months. I had around month one, like March 12th. I would fluctuate between these two numbers. I was like 230, and then I was 228, and I was weighing myself like every day. Like, why am I gaining? I gained 2 pounds Tuesday, and then the pounds was down on Wednesday, but they were back on Thursday, and I kept going back and forth between these two numbers. And so I finally said to myself, you gotta stop focusing on these numbers. And I went to weighing myself. Now I weigh myself twice a week. Like, I'm in one of my support groups, we have weigh-in Wednesday, which maybe a lot of other groups have that. So I definitely weigh myself on Wednesday, and the other time that I will weigh myself is usually like in the weekend. So like maybe a Saturday or Sunday, and then I weigh myself on Wednesday. So to try to take my mind off of it, because focusing on the number was like making me hella crazy, like for real. So, but the one positive thing that came out of that was, even though I had that, it was like 2 weeks, 2 or 3 legit weeks where I was like stuck at that same number, like not going down a significant amount of weight for like 2 or 3 weeks. But it was funny to me because it's like I was stuck at that number, but yet I was going down in inches. And that only reason is not because I measure myself and I was like, oh, my waist is down this amount of inches. No, it's because the pants that I couldn't wear March 12th, like I was still wearing a size 18. I tried on my 16s, and I could get them on, but they wasn't zipping and buttoning. They wasn't doing none of that, and it was tight. So, but like March 12th, that was like I was stuck in an 18. But it's like the 2 weeks that I was struggling, like the next week, my 16s were going on like nothing. Like zipping, like I was into my 16s, even though the number on the scale didn't change. My body was still changing. My fingers were thinner. I noticed I had my ring size, which is normally a 10. Um, my 10 rings weren't fitting my fingers, they were sliding off. So I was like noticing these little, even though the scale wasn't moving, I still had things to celebrate, non-scale victories to celebrate, like my my being in a smaller size, my ring needing a smaller rings and stuff like that. So that was just it was just a positive way to look at things, because getting caught up on the number can take a toll on you. Like, I was weighing myself every day, and I just had to tell myself, look, chill. Just, if you focus on that, you're going to drive yourself mad. But fortunately, I had other things that I could focus on to help me get through that period. But once I finally broke out of that little stall of 230 pounds, it was like the last time I weighed myself, I was 230. And then when I weighed myself again, which was like the end of the month, March, it was like I was all of a sudden, I had dropped down to 224. And I was like, oh, okay, because that was like 230, it was 6 pounds. And I was like, okay, so maybe I did hit a little rough patch, but now it seems to be on a steady downward slope. I've added more exercise to my routine. I try to walk more at work. Like, when I had my surgery, I was out 5 weeks instead of the usual 2 to 3 weeks. So by the time I went back to work, I was allowed to have more food. I was allowed to have walk. I mean, I could walk, but I couldn't do anything crazy exercise wise. But now, I make it a point to take a break and actually take a walk, even if it's just like literally down the block and back. I try to do whatever I can to get the extra exercise in until I can get cleared to lift weights and things like that. I think normally they say around 8 weeks, but my surgeon wants me to wait until I see him. Excuse me, next month, beginning of next month, which is in a few weeks, before I can get cleared to do anything like load bearing and strenuous. So that's the next step I'm excited about. Like, I've been doing Zumba and riding my bike and walking, but I'm excited to be able to get into the gym and actually get things moving, because like, even though I'm only down 37 pounds, and there's like a lot of other people in my groups that are like, I'm 3 weeks post-op and I'm down 103 pounds. And it's like, wow. I mean, congratulations on your loss, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. Like, I want to be able to work out and tone as I lose my weight. So at first I was feeling a little bad about me only having lost 37 pounds, but when I look back on it, it's not horrible. Like, I'm losing it at a good pace, and it's not a little number. I might, even though I say only 37, it has made a big difference. Like, now I'm in my 16s, and the 16s are starting to get loose. I noticed that my bras are starting to get loose. I need to get new bras because they're not fitting correctly. Like, it's a big difference, and I just noticed, even people that I'm with noticed that, like, T, you're keeping up with us. Like, my boyfriend, he's very tall and he has long legs, and he was like, you are keeping up with me, like, when we're walking and stuff. And he was like, I noticed. He was like, I noticed. So people notice by just looking at me now, I guess, since it's not just like 10 pounds. They're starting to notice more, like my face is thinner and things like that. So they're starting to notice the weight loss. Let's see. As far as my diet, I've been eating regular textured foods. I know there's a lot of food police out there that have like their charts and things, and they're like, you're not supposed to eat that. Don't even look at it. You looked at it, you go to jail. I know we have some people like that, but you kind of have to take this step. You have to take steps in your own journey and figure out things for yourself. Yes, you have your support groups, your surgeons, your nutritionists that gives you the guidelines, but you have to do things for yourself. And I find with me, a lot of things are trial and error. Like, I have to try this in order to know if I can, tolerate it or not. Now, since surgery, I haven't had any rice. I had a mishap week 3 post-op with some broccoli. I have not tried broccoli since. I'm thinking that now, since I'm like around 8 weeks, that I might give it another try. I have eaten cucumbers and things like that, and been fine. Since I had the issue with the broccoli, I've been eating different vegetables and been fine, cooked and raw. So I think I might go ahead and give the broccoli a try. I have eaten asparagus. I have eaten steak. I've eaten fried chicken. But I just can't have. Here's the thing with fried chicken. It depends on what's on it. But usually if I'm having a wing, I usually can only have a wing. Like a wing and something else, like maybe a little salad. So that's what I do with. But I pretty much kind of, and like my nutritionist said, I can have wheat toast. So sometimes I will have a bagel thin, I will have a bagel thin in the morning, and I usually can eat one of those. Um, if I pace myself, I can have a whole bagel thin. And I actually, um, I've been having like sandwiches too, and I will use the sandwich thins for a sandwich. So, I have eaten bread. It's usually toasted, or it's usually the sandwich thins. It's not really like the regular white bread. But I haven't had any issues with that. I just, pace myself. I usually try to fill my sandwich with good items. So it's like turkey, spinach, tomatoes. The topping, one downfall though is cheese. Like I need to work on the cheese, but I try to have reduced fat if I can. But if I'm out, it's usually a piece of American cheese if I get a sandwich made from somewhere. But the toppings, I haven't done any mayo. I will do. I've been doing mustard, spicy mustard. So and I've been pretty fine with that. The only issue I usually have is um like one time I had a piece of fried chicken and that was too much, and I think it was just the restaurant I got it from, and it was only one piece. It wasn't like I overindulged, but it was just something I probably should have stayed away from. And I know not to mess with chicken from that place. So sorry, I was fixing my phone. Um, yeah, I've had pasta. I usually don't have it often, and if I do, it's very little. Like on Easter, I had some pasta salad, but it was a very small amount. And I usually try to get all the vegetables that are in it and just the pasta, just a little pasta, just so I can have the taste. But other than that, my best friends have been salads and my premier protein shakes and fruit. Usually that's my breakfast is a protein shake, and then my snack will be some fruit. But my best friends have been salads. Like all salads usually stay down well. They go down well. I don't feel uncomfortable after eating them, and that's usually something that I try to have every day, and it usually lasts me for more than one sitting. So like if I get a salad for lunch, like just say Panera Bread has to pick two. If I got a half of a salad, I usually can eat um maybe say a third of it, a third to half of the salad, depending on what's in the salad, at lunch, and then I would have the rest of the salad for dinner. And every time I get a salad from there, I usually try to get chicken in it so that I can have some extra protein. But usually, regular size meals last me 2 to 3 sittings. So salads just are my favorite because it's not something I don't really like things that are reheated. Um, So like a salad is cold and I can save it, and it's not gonna have that reheated taste, and it'll last me a while. So a salad from one place will last me 2 sittings. Like that's my lunch and my dinner, and I can have a shake. I have tried. I bought these Premier Protein bars because they also have 30 grams of protein, like the shakes. But I don't know if I care for them too much. I tried the chocolate peanut butter one, and I didn't like it. Like I got through 1/3 of that bar, and I did not like it. I was just like, if I really had to, like, here's my thought process when I got that bar. I was like, okay, I'm good with the shakes. So if I drink a shake in the morning, that's half my protein. That's 30 grams. I know I'm gonna eat something that has protein in it, but just in case I don't make the 35 grams up for the rest of the day, maybe I can just have a bar as one of my meals, small meals, and that could bring me up to 60 grams a day. So when I first tried the bar, I was like, oh no, I don't like this. I don't like this. So, yeah, if I had to, I could push through that bar. But I'm not just gonna pick it. Like I would pick a shake over the bar just for the taste. But if I had absolutely no other choice, then I could probably muster through the whole bar to get some protein in. Um, Like, I bought a box of them, so I'm gonna have to push through them eventually because I don't want to waste my money, and that's just a lot of protein in one bar. But they're just not my favorite. They're not on the top of my list of protein sources. No, I don't like them that much. But other than that, I haven't experienced any dumping. The only issue I may have is like sometimes I might eat something a little too quickly and I'm a little uncomfortable, so I had to get up and maybe walk it off, or wait like 15 minutes or so, and then things move around and I start to feel a little better. But I haven't really gotten to the point where I got sick and thrown up, except for the one time with the chicken. But I made myself get rid of it because I didn't like the way I felt at all, and it was just like there was going to be no relief. Like, I couldn't wait the 15 minutes for that relief, so I needed to get it out. But other than that, I've been doing pretty good, and I'm thankful for that. And I'm just looking forward to what my doctor says next month about these workouts, so I can get these measurements popping. I need to keep better track of them because I had them. I don't know if there's an app or something. If any of you guys know if there's an app or something to like keep track of your measurements. Like, I know there's the Berry-tastic app, but they only keep track of like a few measurements, and I think it's like your arms, your waist, and your legs. And it's like, no, I want everything. I want waist, hips, bust. I want all the measurements to keep track of. So if you guys know anything, please give me the suggestions. I will try any app anytime. So that's pretty much it. Until next time. Bye.